Welcome to my first makeup video. I thought I would start it off with a shop my stash type of video. I watch a lot of YouTubers and I don't intend this to be a makeup or beauty channel, but I watch a lot of them because I'm really into makeup and I want to learn more of how to do my makeup. I got into it actually because 3 years ago I was starting to think about what I was going to do for makeup for my wedding day, and I wanted to explore with different products, and I was looking for tutorials online to see sort of makeup related, bridal makeup related videos, and I was watching those and I came across some that I really liked and I kind of got hooked on both makeup and YouTube. So from those videos that I've been watching, I've seen some that are about shopping their own stash, shopping their own sort of makeup collection, and picking out products on a weekly basis to use. And I thought this would be really useful for me for two reasons. One, because it would allow me to concentrate and focus on particular products that I wanted to either use up or use to try them out to get a sense of for really if I liked them, if I would buy them again, if I would use them, if I would recommend them, if I liked them, just essentially, but also use them up because some of them are really close to being done, and I get this incredible sense of accomplishment when I finish a product up and I throw out the empty container. So that was one reason, but the other one was because I think that I don't have a lot of makeup in comparison to YouTubers that dedicate their life income comes from doing these types of videos or focusing on makeup and beauty. My collection, and I don't even like to call it a collection because it's not, but my collection is not even close to being that much. But for me, for being just one person that just wears makeup every day, it went from having one of each of the products that I used, and only the products that I used, to having multiple of them. Sometimes so many that, as Mike says, a lifetime is not going to be enough for me to use all those products. And some of them are just going to go bad before I even can finish them. So, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm trying to focus on those that are almost done and that I can finish up. So, but I wanted to run you through what I chose last Sunday. So what I did was last Sunday I went through my collection of makeup and chose one product of each category, or perhaps two, and I'll explain why I chose two for those that I did, and use those throughout the week, and exclusively those, to see, one, if I could finish them up if that was the case, or two, if I could just use them up and get a feel for how much I liked the products that I had selected. And then now at the end of the week, I wanted to review and see how well I did. If I did get into only these products and used only these products, if I finished some of those that I set out to finish, or if I didn't, and some of them if I'm just like fed up because I've been using them consistently for a week and I just don't want to use these anymore, or that I realized perhaps some of them and I'm looking down because I have them right here, some of them I realized that I don't think I will continue using them for a while. So and for several reasons, and I'll walk you through, but I'm going to show you some clips that I filmed last weekend in my bathroom with my phone when I was selecting these products and reasoning why, and then I'll show you some up close images of the products that I used as well, especially those that I used up. I'm really proud of those. So let's get into it and share this with you. Hope you like it. Okay, so I'm here in the bathroom with the Charles, who's keeping me company. But I thought I would try out what some of the YouTubers do on a weekly basis, which is they shop their stash. So they select the makeup that they want to use for the week and they just set it out. I thought for me this would work because, one, it would help me save time in the morning because I already have everything chosen that I want to use for the week. And then two, it would get me to use the same products for an extended period of time, a week's time, and try them out, use them up, and really get a feel for how much I like them, or not, whatever the case may be. So let me run you through what I'm going to use this week. Okay, so let me walk us through everything that I've chosen for this week. So some of these things I've chosen because I'm about to finish them and I want to finish them. Like, for example, okay, I should have opened this before. Oh, hard. Okay, like for example, this palette. So this is what I use to contour, this is what I use to bronze. This actually, I used up. The original highlight that comes in this palette, I already used all up and threw that little pan away and put in this one because since I hadn't finished, I figured I used up another e.l.f. highlighter, which I really like. This is from the highlighting palette. I just put it in here in the contouring palette. So I want to use this for contouring, bronzing, highlight, and I actually use this powder as a setting powder. But I set out 2 other powders just because on Monday I have to go to the chiropractor and I'm not going to wear foundation and eyeshadow and all that jazz. I'm just going to wear a high covering powder, which this is going to serve that purpose, and that's it. And this one because, well, I've hit pan and I figured it's time that I use that up. And it's light, which I'm on the lighter side right now in the winter, and this is a little dark. So I'm going to use these guys up. I also set out this other bronzer and this other highlighter in case I want to switch it up with this highlighter and in case I run out of this during the week, so I have another bronzer to use. So that's sort of face. For blushes, I got these 2 out, and I have a pink line and I have a more peachy, warmer line. So that was my same line of thinking with lip products. So I have a warm version of lip liner, lipstick, and then this is sort of like a glossy lipstick that I put on top when these guys get to be too matte and too drying. And then I have a pink line as well. Pink lip liner, pinky lipstick, and a pinky topper for those. So I get to go pink or peach, cool or warm toned. This is what I'm going to use for my face. I'm using 2 primers right now because this one is mattifying and pore filling, which is awesome for my nose area. And this is more moisturizing, which I need right now because my face is really dry. I have a lot of breakouts and I was using benzoyl peroxide and my face dried up. So that's why I'm using this one, because this is on the moisturizing side of foundations. So that is face. For my eyes, I'm going to use this palette this week. It has, I designed it, I selected the shades that I wanted to use, and it has some matte ones, some shimmery ones, some highlighting ones that are nice. I've used them a little bit here and there, but I want to use it consistently and see if I can make different eye looks using this Essence palette that I designed, or I chose the shades that I wanted. And then I have for concealer, I am going to finish this guy up, which is like almost gone. I don't think it's going to make it throughout the week. This is for concealer for blemishes because it has salicylic acid. On my brows, I'm going really natural and I want to use this guy up. So it's just a clear, it's kind of yucky because it gets dirty when I fill them in, my brows, but it's just a clear eyebrow setting gel, I think it is. This is my truly loved eyeliner. I use this in my waterline. It's Lottie London AM to PM eyeliner in mocha, dark brown. So I got that out, not because I want to use it up, but it's just because I use it every day. And then my favorite mascara, the It Superhero. And then I have a few tools, the eyelash curler, MAC Fix Plus, which I've had this forever. I have so many other setting sprays that I use and love.
the Urban favorite one, the all-nighter, but I want to use SkyUp. So, and it's moisturizing, and right now my skin is needing it. And then this is just for mistakes, for cleaning up the mascara, although this is on the drying side. It's dried up a bit, so I don't make a lot of mistakes. So in total this week I have I'm counting this palette as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 products that I want to use up. Let's see how many of them I've up this week. And this one as well, but I don't think I'm going to finish this up. But, well, okay, it could be 8 with this one. There you go. Those 8 are on the sort of chopping board. I need to finish those up. And then this is the rest that I'm just using this week, but I'm not necessarily wanting to finish them up or about to either. So I'm going to put all that back into this little tray that I set up, and I am going to do this, try this out, and see if this works out for me this week. Okay, so one of the things I want to do too is see if this helps me save some time in the morning, because all of these things are going to be already selected, and I'm hoping because of that, because I don't have to pick and choose and think about what I want to wear, that it'll be quicker, hopefully. Oh, if this is quicker, I'm going to do this every week. Oh my gosh. I already washed my sponge. It's ready to go. Not all of the foundation came out, but most of it. It's drying up there. Drying up my soap that I used to wash my sponge. I need to put this away. And yeah, we're set. We'll see how it goes. I'll let you know next weekend how this went. If it worked out, if it's life-changing or what. Have a good night. My stash for this week has been working out great. Well, I only used it yesterday. It took me about 25 to 27 minutes to do my makeup, having it all laid out in front of me beforehand and not having to select it. But I did insert 2 more things that I had forgotten, and they're primers. This is an under eye primer, and this is a eyeshadow or a lid primer. So I added those 2 things. I used that yesterday. So I'm going to try it out today again and see how this goes. Wish me luck. Although I did get this. And I still want to use this. I got this yesterday because the Ulta sale is going on, and it was reduced to 50% off from 44 to 22. So look at that. Isn't that pretty? And they're so my type of colors. I love it. I really love this palette, and I really want to use it. But I had selected the other palette to use for this week. So I guess that would be cheating a bit if I use this. Although it's out. So the whole purpose of having everything out and selected, pre-selected, is to save some time and to see if I use some of these things. So, let's see what I do today. I'll let you know. Bye. So look at what just happened. I used it. I've been using these in my my stash for the week, and look, it's this big, which is like nothing. But I thought there was a little bit left, so I went to sharpen it, and nope, nothing. It's empty. I'm done. The little tiny little bit that was left on this Peekaboo Neutral from NYX was done. So this guy is a goner. He was a goner already, but I didn't know that it was completely empty. So there it is. Done. 1 down. 6 to go. I think I'm going to throw this one out too, because I had a tiny teensy little bit left, but do you see the push down is all the way down to the bottom, and now whatever is there is like flipping up or seeping up, and yeah, this is done. There's not a lot of left in the spongy thing, so I have to really poke it into my face to get. So yeah, I think this one's done too. So 2 down. I had 7, right? So 5 to go. 5 products that I wanted to use this week, 2 go, and 2 down. Yay! Okay, so here are the products that I had chosen last week. And I'm going to go through them and tell you which ones I used up, which ones I incorporated, and which ones I would reuse or not for particular reasons. Okay, so initially I had put in some extra products just in case, which I ended up not using. This one I used on Monday and that was it. And these 2 are extra ones that I did not use at all. So I'm going to take those out. Then I had some products that I wanted to use up. So these were the ones that I completely used up of the 8 that I initially had. Taking those out of here too, but then I had some other ones that I was working on, and they were the Fix Plus, which I didn't finish, but I used up quite a bit. The hydrating under eye that I used but did not finish up. The eyeshadow, the eyebrow gel, which I used a bit more, but still I need to continue using this. The powder, which I didn't finish, but I put a little bit of a dent into it. And then the palette, which I'm almost done with, but there's still just a little teensy bit left there. So I think I might finish that up this week if I continue using it. And then there were some things I added that were not part of the initial group, which were this concealer, because I used up the Maybelline concealer. I added this one. This eyeshadow palette because, well, I'll go into it in a little bit, but I added this one day. And then this blush I added because I was using the 2 that I had selected were the Flower Beauty Sweet Pea blush, which is a little bit on the cool tone side. And I got kind of bored of using this one, so I was just using the Burt's Berry blush, which is a little more vibrant, and it's in Sky Pink, I think it is, or Shy Pink. And I was using this this week, but I wanted something even more vibrant, so I picked this up, and I found this in my blush drawer. And I thought, I never use this, maybe I need to declutter it. And then I thought, oh, maybe I need to just use it. And it was perfect. It's really vibrant, and it's really good for just springy, summery kind of looks. And I'm a bit over winter, so that was great. Another product I introduced was the Lorac Pro 3 palette. And I did this because I bought it this week. The Ulta sale is going on, and I got this one half price for $22 instead of $44, and I love it. I know that this doesn't have the greatest reviews online, and people seem to think that they're boring colors, but I guess I'm boring because these are my kind of colors. The colors I gravitate towards are really soft, everyday kind of looks. I really don't use these dark colors much.
but if they're there eventually, maybe perhaps I'll use them. But all the other ones I really enjoy, and since I had gotten it, I was dying to use it up. So I was one of the days of I think it was Wednesday of this week that I used this palette for my makeup instead of using the palette that I had chosen for to be used during the week. So yeah, that was sort of a insert, just one day. I didn't use it more than one day. But for the rest of the week, I was using this palette. And I really like it and realize that there's more than one look that I can get out of it, which I like. Because before, what I was doing was I was using this shadow, you can tell, it's loved. I was using this shadow a lot, and was using it like an overall one eye look shadow. And then I was using this one to highlight, and maybe this to deepen, if not just using this shadow on its own. And they all have names. They're from the Essence line of my must-have palettes, and you pick and choose the colors that you want, and you create the palette that you want to have. This I purchased at Ulta some weeks back. And I had been using it before I selected it for this week, but I wanted to really see if I liked it or not by using it consistently every day. So that was the look that I was doing, either all over shadow with this and highlighting my brow bone with that, or using those two and deepening with this. I did use this once before, but I don't even remember what look I made. What I've been using now for the past 2 days is this all over as a transition color, as a crease color, this to deepen in the outer corner, and then this to highlight under the brow bone. And I really like that. That's what I have today on, and I really like that combination, and it gave me an opportunity to use these bottom ones, which I wasn't using before because I was using more the top row. So I like it. I really like the shadow. It's really affordable. If you're into exploring and designing your own palette, this is something interesting that you could look into. They're really good quality shadows. They blend easily. Again, you can get a couple or maybe 3-4 looks out of it, combining these, or at least that's what I'm sure a makeup artist could do wonders with this, much more than I could. So yeah, that was the palette. For everything else, the primers I was using were these two. Great, I use them every day, loved them, would continue using them. I still have quite a lot of them left. I used this every day except for Monday when I just used that powder. Love it. Really works well for me, especially now that I have the right color. I used to have just medium, and now that I have light, this is great. For me right now. I'm sure in the summer, medium will be back to being what I use the most. I really like this powder. I'm going to continue using it. This concealer is for blemishes. I love it. I'm actually repurchasing it because I'm running low on it, and love to wear that every day if I have blemishes. My favorite. It is wonderful, and I realized how great it is that I didn't even have to use the correcting or the makeup removing pen, because this, guys, is just fantastic, and it holds the curl, it lengthens, it makes my lashes look fluffy and just awesome. I love this mascara. Unfortunately, it's not as inexpensive as a drugstore one, but love it still. This Lottie London eye pencil, perfect. In Mocha, love it. Used it every day. And then this guy, I want to use it up because I have another one from NYX that I want to use next. So I'm going to continue using this and using it up next week. And I think that's it in terms of what was used up. These guys, as I said, I put them in, added them into, and used them every day of the week. They're good. I don't think they're super duper special, but they do what they say they're going to do. They do hydrate the under eye, and they do prime the lid so that the eyeshadows last longer. So they do that. In regards to the lipsticks, I use them all. I continue to have adoration for these lipsticks from L'Oreal. I love them. They're so buttery, they're so creamy, they're so moisturizing, they go on smoothly, they're perfect. And then MAC Whirl and this Essence Ultra Last in 07 were great colors as well. I used them a couple times. MAC lipsticks tend to be really dry for me, so I could use this and then pair it up with this on top, which was just fantastic. It gives it a little shine, it gives it a little moisture, and the combination was really good. And of course, before that I was using the lip liners that I used up completely this week. And those are NYX lip liners in Natural and Peekaboo Neutral. So I used the Natural for this combo of MAC and L'Oreal, MAC Whirl and L'Oreal 900 in Glossy Fawn with Natural NYX lip liner, and then with the Peekaboo Neutral lip liner I used this, it's also a little mattifying, not as much as the MAC one, but it's the Essence line of lipsticks that is not the matte one. It's Ultra Lasting Instant Color in number 7, but it's not the matte version of their lipsticks. But I did pair that up with the L'Oreal in Varnished Rosewood 904, which is just glorious. Okay, I think that's it for everything that I used this week. Okay, and you can see here, this is the makeup that I'm wearing today with all those products that I just showed you that I've been using all week. I will, maybe tomorrow, I will select the makeup that I'm going to use next week tomorrow and maybe film that and see if I change things up a lot, and then I'll film it. If not, I'll wait until next week or so to see if I'm switching things up a little more and show you what I'm using. So, see you next time. Bye.